So this is going to be outside the realm of smartphones just for a second. I want to talk about burger flipping robots. Now, I was reading this article, and they were talking about how they were experimenting with a robot that can flip burgers. And I was kind of reading that article, and I remember months ago seeing, they had a similar robot, or a robot that could cook pizza. And I'm thinking, man, we are fast approaching an era where fast food is about to be handled by machines. Now, I understand for a lot of people, this is a concern because, this may mean that there are going to be a number of jobs yet again lost to machines. We've already seen a number of your Walmarts and places like that are now relying on the machines to replace cashiers. We've seen it. Instead of going to the cashier to check out, you go to these kiosks and, you just scan your stuff yourself, put it in a bag and swipe your card or pay cash and walk out. For a lot of people, they don't like that because one, they missed out on a personal interaction. And two, to quote a person I heard, at Walmart when he was actually going through and waiting in line, he was complaining, I hate these kiosks because, again, I didn't come to Walmart to work. If I came to Walmart to work, then where's my W-2? And I can see when people make a good point. But I am looking at some potential in us going through that way or going to that realm of having, fast food workers being replaced by machines. Now, I know for a lot of people, fast food restaurants is kind of like a rite of passage. For a lot of us growing up, that was our first job. That was the first time we got into working. That was the first time we understood and what our paycheck really looked like, or what our parents' paychecks look like, because we see our parents go to work and they have money, and we think that it's just simple. And now we're going to work and we're working for a paycheck, and then we look at our paycheck and we put those hours together. We think we know how much we're gonna make, and then we look at our check and it's not quite matching up on there. And then we start asking this question: what's this income tax? What's this tax? Why are they taking this out? And that's when our parents get a chance to sit us down and laugh at us and say, now you get to say where we go to. Yep, you get to pay that, and that. Welcome to life. And, for a lot of us, that was just a rite of passage. That's where we learn how to work. And that's what we went to prepare ourselves for the working world, the working industry, to get ourselves into actually being able to work for ourselves and support ourselves. But now we're potentially going to have a situation where that may not be the case for a number of children in the future. They are not going to be able to experience that first-time job at a fast food restaurant because it's going to be taken over by machines. Like I said, in one instance, I don't want to see that happen. But in another instance, if I'm to be honest with you, I'm okay with that. I really am okay with that. And this is why. How many times have we read or heard about some adolescent worker doing something to a customer's food? How many times? Come on. It's feel like it's, I ain't gonna say constant, but it's enough to where I know for myself, I rarely go to fast food restaurants because of that fear. And even the few restaurants I do go to, I am very selective for where I go. Because one thing about if we were to rely on robots for preparing our food, we ain't got to worry about them dipping that food in their body part, or dipping their body parts in our food, or serving me food that fell on a dirty floor. We will basically have a situation where we know what we order is what we get. And plus, we have the technology to go there and to go to basically a all-machine restaurant. I mean, we're basically there. We already bypass the cashier for the most part when we go to these restaurants. Because for a lot of us, we're using these apps. And with these apps, we just go in there, we're able to choose the menu item and put our name, go ahead and pay for it. And then as soon as we go to the restaurant, we able to go and pick it up and walk out. Not one time having to deal with a cashier. And because of that, most of the time we're able to make sure the order that we want is what we're getting. And if we were to go to robotics to prepare our food, it looks like, or seems like, we would have less of a chance for our orders to be wrong. We go in there, we select what we want, and the robot prepare that order. And I feel like 99.9% of the time, we're going to get the order we asked for. And we're going to be at an era now where we're going to be able to go online and choose, well, not online, or go into an app on our phones and just go in there and choose what we want, how we want it made. And then while we're choosing that, the robot makes it and bags it up and put it in a special locker so that we can drive by and pick it up and walk out. Done. Not having to deal with one bit of human interaction. And through the whole process, our order is completely right because we didn't have to rely on human error to mess that up. Now, again, I understand the concern for a lot of people that this, bring, because that means potentially a number of jobs being displaced because of this. But if I'm to be honest with you, I think we are in that era. And as much as I don't want to see jobs lost, I do think that it's going to be potentially worth it because now you're going to be able to go to a fast food restaurant and, one, your order was prepared properly. 2, you don't have to worry about anything done to your food. And 3, you can avoid any of the drama dealing with, going into the store, wanting to order. And next thing you know, as we see it on Twitter and Instagram and on social media, the restaurant cashier is fighting with a customer over an order. And that may result in less drama and able to get your order fulfilled without any issues at all. And in fact, it's getting to the point now where people are not going to be relied on for providing services such as food or services such as checking out, but instead will have to be relied on for engineering or for maintenance. Maintenance being their job is to maintain a machine that replaced their jobs.